Hello and welcome back to Pixie's Projects. Today we're doing a coloring tag. We were tagged by Ever's Color Corner, and we're doing the Pastel Halloween Tag by Tamara's Coloring Coven. So to get started, we're going to do a page from We Wickeds by Karla Magana, and I'll open that up so you can see what it is, and you're not just staring at the little pumpkins. We're going to work on this one. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you can see it better. So we're going to work on this angel with a hatchet. I thought that was pretty fitting, and I think I can do a pretty good job of coloring it in pastels. Also, David is here again. If you watch the coloring scare tag video, I had him ask me the questions so that it was easier for me to color along. So he's here to grace us with his melodious voice again. Say hello.
Hi, folks.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get started on this. He's going to ask the questions. I'm going to attempt to answer them and color at the same time. I am using a mix of markers to make a pastel set, which I'll put in the frame here. There you go. We've got Colorits and Ohuhus. I think that's it. I thought I might have had another one, but nope, that's it. And we're also going to use the Marco Chroma pastel manga set for pencils if I get that far. If I don't finish this page while I'm answering the questions, I'm going to move to doing it off screen, and you can check it out on Instagram if you want to see it finished. I'm not doing a second video on it because I have a lot going on right now. So this is it. Yeah. So David, if you want to start, I think I'm ready. Although I will ask first, purple or pink for the hair, because I know you care.
Purple.
Okay, purple it is. Oh, paper. We don't want to bleed through on that sugar skull. Okay, so we're going to start with the hair, and we're using an Ohuhu marker. All right, hit it, David.
All right, question number 1. What is your very favorite Halloween candy?
Traditionally, just Halloween, we have to say Reese Cups. They're the most important candy in the world on Halloween.
No, it just says, what is your very favorite candy? Sorry, that was my fault.
See? Okay. Well, if it's not Halloween, my favorite candy is the Dove Dark Chocolate Peanut Butter Squares. Yeah. It's still peanut butter and chocolate, but less sugar. And again, marker noise, guys. If you're into it, I'm happy for you. If you're not, I'm so sorry.
It's coloring ASMR.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your most favorite memory of Halloween from when you were a kid?
Well, when I did the color scare tag, I talked about the old costumes that were like plastic tablecloths that you put on. And this is horrible, and you wore with the mask with a rubber band around the back of it, and I like dressing up as Wonder Woman. I think my favorite, ask me that one more time, it's my favorite Halloween memory, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think my favorite memory is the years where we didn't have the money to buy those horrible cheap costumes, and we would raid like the neighbors' houses and our houses, like all the kids would kind of get together and try to mishmash a costume together out of what we could find in each other's houses. Those are my favorite memories of Halloween because we got really creative and we all had a really good time.
Yeah, Goodwill trips.
We weren't able to do that either.
Fair enough.
We just made it out of what we had.
All right. What is your tradition for Halloween if you don't go trick-or-treating or hand out candy?
Well, on my first Halloween countdown video, I did a little bit about this, but we traditionally have a party every year, but with the pandemic and everything, we haven't really done that. So, yeah, that's our tradition, although now it's just gone for a while. 2 years so far. Yeah. Maybe next year we'll get a chance to do it again.
I hope so. I miss those parties.
Yeah, me too.
For those who have kids, did you dress them up for Halloween on their first Halloween? And if so, what was the costume?
Yeah, we dressed everybody up. I'm moving you guys up just a little bit. I feel like I can't keep you in frame long enough. I feel like that's her hair too, isn't it? Back there behind her body. We'll find out. Anyway, yeah, so without going back and looking at photos, and if I know my son watches my videos a good bit, so I'm glad I know his costume 100%, but I also know if I get his sisters wrong, he's gonna tell them. So, yes, I dressed them up every Halloween, including the first one, and my son was only like 2 months old, and no, we didn't go anywhere, but I absolutely had to. I had to. But he was a skeleton. It was just like a little tracksuit type thing. And then my middle child, I dressed as a fairy, I believe. I want to say, oh, I'm definitely sure now because, yeah, she wasn't, they weren't walking or crawling or anything at that point. My son was Peter Pan, and so we dressed her as Tinkerbell. And then my youngest, her first costume was a bumblebee, and she was also an October baby, so tiny, tiny, tiny. And she actually did go trick-or-treating her first Halloween because I had to take the other two out. So yeah, if I'm wrong, and CJ, if you're watching, don't tell anybody. Just be quiet about it, buddy. You're not going to win any favors if you tell them. Okay, that answered it, right?
Yeah.
And then some. Again, CJ, shut up. Okay, so now if he's exercising and has this on in the other room, because he lets my videos play sometimes, he's going to hear his name and then pay attention and be like rewinding it. I probably shouldn't have even mentioned him, and then I would have been safe. But no, I ruined it for myself.
Probably, although he'll be doubled over laughing first.
I don't know. Okay, I'm ready. This marker's really bleeding. Sorry, guys.
For those who have pets, do you dress them up for the holiday too? If so, what is their costume?
Okay, so again, I said Ever tagged me in this at the beginning, but I watched Ever's video of this, and their answer absolutely cracked me up about they value their skin because they have a cat. And same, I have a cat, and I will admit that I had bought a sweater for my cat because I thought it would be funny, or it might not have been a sweater for him. It might have been a Build-A-Bear sweater.
No, it was a sweater for him. We got it at the pet store.
Okay, well, anyway, I dressed the cat in a sweater, and he wasn't happy. He didn't try to hurt me, so Ever is wrong there. You could actually probably get away with it, but he wasn't happy. I mean, he ran around like meowing, which my cat is really, really quiet. He doesn't make any noises really, but he ran around meowing and trying to rub himself up against anything that would make the sweater come off. And then I felt really bad, so I had to chase him around the house, and the more I chased him, the more he ran. And yeah, getting the sweater back off of him was really, really rough. So 10 out of 10, don't recommend.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which spooky pet would you choose? A black cat, an owl, a bat, a rat, or a wolf?
Wow. Okay, we'll start with wolf because that's right there. We'll love a wolf for a pet. I like dogs. I like bigger dogs. So yeah, I think I would really like a wolf. What was before the wolf?
A rat.
Rat has been on my list of pets to own for a while. I just don't want to get one because of my cat, and I don't think he would really be into it. What was before that?
bat?
Bats are awesome. Actually, I was just talking to David this morning. Somebody on Instagram had posted a picture of a bat from a Kirby Roseanne book, and the particular person who posted it is German, and they posted, Die Fledermaus, and I forgot. I took German for a few years in high school, and I forgot how much I like that word because it means the fluttering mouse, and I think that's awesome. And as Ever said, sky puppies, and seeing them, oh my goodness, in the rescues where they dress them up in the blankets and stuff. Oh, they're so cute. What's the others?
Owl.
Definitely not an owl. I don't like birds at all. Birds are freaky. No offense to anybody. Don't come at me about it. I just have some sort of weird fear of birds.
Or a black cat.
And I've already owned a black cat. Gilbert was all black. And Alistair was all black. I've had actually two. Yeah, I like black cats, if that's not obvious. So I guess out of that list...
And of course, Gooter. You haven't owned Gooter.
Well, no, Gooter's my nephew.
Well, yes.
Cat nephew. Everybody understand that. I have a cat nephew. His name is Gooter. But anyway, yeah, I think I would take the fluttering mice or a wolf, definitely. Or both. I can have both. I'm making stuff up. I can do whatever I want. I have a mouse. I have a fluttering mouse and a wolf. Mm-hmm. All right, done. I like this dream. What's next?
Okay. What is your favorite scary video game?
I do not play scary video games. The closest I come to scary is, honestly, Halloween night on Animal Crossing, and it's not scary. So if I had to pick a scary moment in a video game, or a scary video game, and it's not even that scary. When my son was little, he desperately wanted to play the Lord of the Rings video game. I think it was for PlayStation. And so we let him have it. And sorry, CJ, I'm telling all your stuff today. There were ring wraiths at the beginning of the video, and he couldn't play the game because once we hit that spot, it was done. He was like, I don't need this game. And he just quit. And they were like on horses. It was the middle of the night. It was really kind of spooky. So I understand why he stopped playing. But that's the closest I've come to even seeing anything scary in a video game. I don't do scary.
What weird or silly sorry, my fault.
Are you back to the same? Were you asking the same question again?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
What weird or silly thing are you afraid of?
Oh my goodness. All right, so this is twice in 1 month. I'm going to answer this question the same exact way I did the last one. I did the coloring scare tag, and in that I told everybody it was something about superstitions or whatever. And that's exactly what it is, I guess, because my grandmother made it up. But I used to have an issue with wearing clothes when I slept, and my grandmother was concerned because of like temperatures and things, if it got too cold out. I also didn't like to use blankets. So she had decided to tell me about the belly button monster who was going to get my belly button if I didn't cover up or wear clothes or put the blankets on. So thanks to her, as a grown adult human being, I have an irrational fear of the belly button monster stealing my belly button. I believe he's not real, but I'm not taking any chances, so I always make sure that I put covers on. Even in the hottest of hottest summers, I will put a blanket on. So, thanks, Grandma. She really did a good job. Okay.
What is your favorite Halloween/scary song?
Ooh, that's easy. It's either from Hocus Pocus, where they do the I Put a Spell on You song. Specifically when they recite the spell is my favorite. I get really ticked off if somebody walks in the middle of it, David, who's done it before.
I have not.
Close enough. Anyway, that would be, I think, definitely one of the top two. I think they're kind of tied. It's either that or This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas. Alright, y'all, we're witnessing the death of a marker right now. Live on camera. Well, recorded and put out 24 hours later, and I'm not starting over, so enjoy the death. It's fitting. It's Halloween. It's the death of a marker.
Dun, dun,
And
dun,
we're
dun.
colorists, so this is super spooky. Ooh. Bye, marker. Okay. Did I answer? Yes. This is Halloween or the spell part of Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
Or I put a spell on you.
Have you ever used a Ouija board?
I have in high school. Everybody thought it was really funny. We had a lot of after school activities, and someone brought one to school for between after school and the start of our, well, in that case it was play practice. So I mean, I was involved in it. Yes, I have used a Ouija board.
Okay.
Is there more to that, or is that it?
Nope, that was it for the question.
Oh, that's easy. Yes, I've used one. Wait, can I go further on that just because I want to?
Absolutely.
I'm not afraid of something made by Milton Bradley unless it's just consumerism itself. Brenna and I were talking, my daughter and I were talking about that today. That it's the same people who brought us Monopoly. So that's about as scary as it's going to get.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's my answer to that.
Tell us something creepy that has happened to you.
Like nothing. I've never had anything really just creepy happen to me. Hold on, that bow's in frame. Okay. I've walked into houses that I've had to leave right after I've walked in. I don't know. I just like feel shit. So if the vibe is real creepy, you know, no, there's nothing wrong with the house. It's just a regular old house, but you can feel it. So I'll leave, and then, you know, someone will come outside and be like, "Why'd you leave?" And then I tell them, and most of the time the person's like, "Oh yeah, well we think we have a ghost, or we have this, or whatever." And it's like, you don't think, you know, your house is creepy.
Uh-huh.
And you brought me here on purpose. Like, what's wrong with you? But that's why you know, get to know people better, realize they're weird. So yeah, I wouldn't say anything creepy has happened to me. We're gonna milk this marker for all it's worth. We have this other skull. You know, nothing creepy happened to me, but I definitely had some creepy feels, vibes.
Yeah, and some people can ignore those. Some people can't.
Not me. When they're strong, nah.
Oh, I know. I've been several places where it's just like, nope, I gotta go.
Mm-hmm. What do we got next?
Okay. Do you believe in spirits/ghosts? If so, tell why you do, or have you encountered one?
You know better than to ask me a multi-part question at once.
You said read the question, so I read the question.
Pretend like you're talking to me, because you are, and give me some question.
Do you believe in spirits or ghosts?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us why you do, or if you've encountered one.
Okay. Why I do, or if I've encountered one. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at these socks, trying to figure out what color they are. I'm not ignoring the question. I believe in ghosts because I've always been able to, like, sense presences and things. So I can't not believe in something I feel. And when my aunt had a very a short-term bad illness. She had cancer, and she got it, and then, you know, she had 6 months or so. And she knew about, you know, the fact that because she pretty much raised me when I was little, so she knew, like, I could feel like things around us like that weren't supposed to be a thing, and I kind of freaked her out. But when she was dying, she said, if I make it somewhere where I can come back, I know you'll know. And she said to me and my cousin that that's what she was going to come back and tell us about it. And she didn't tell us anything, which kind of pisses me off. If you knew her, you'd understand. She probably didn't tell us just to be like, you know, haha, you don't know something, because she liked that. But yeah, like the day after she died at 3 o'clock in the morning, my front doorbell rang and I was up alone by myself, and it flipped me out. And I went to like look out the window and nobody was there. And like it was the day after she died. So I called my cousin, her daughter, and said, "Oh my God, I'm flipping out," because I knew she'd be up. And she was like, "Yep, what just happened?" I said, I started to tell her what happened to me. And she's like, "Did your doorbell ring?" And we were both like, "Oh my God." So we're like, okay, she's somewhere, where she could come back and tell us about it. But she's not going to tell us anything because she thinks that stuff's funny. So, but yeah, we both had our doorbells ring at the exact same time in the middle of the night. And that was pretty freaky. But in a good way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. I don't know what colors I haven't used yet. I haven't used the green or the orange. So I guess we're using green and orange. Okay.
Have you ever been in a real haunted house? Not a made-up one, but an honest haunted house.
That's the end?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, moving on.
No, it said something, didn't it? Or do I just get to stop there?
I mean, if you really want to stop there, you can. It is.
What did it say?
I already read the question.
Oh, that was it? I've answered it? Okay. So, all right. Ever did say in their tag that they particularly tagged me because they were interested. And one of the people that I'm going to tag is also going to be interested. So, I'm going to do it. And apparently, I need to call my son because this whole freaking tag has been like, let's talk about CJ. But when he was little, well, when all my children were little, I had 3 under 5 at the time. And that child, my son, at night would tell me, well, in the morning he would tell me after, I put him to bed, read the stories, did the things, blah, blah, blah. Ugh, look at this. Can y'all see that? Why do markers do stuff like this? Hold on, I'm going to touch this with my fingers. And then for a week, you get to see it on under my nail where I just touched it. Blah. Okay, so I hope this one still works. It does. Okay, so, yeah, I would do like the sing the song, read the book, get the waters, do the things, all the things. And he was perfectly content to just go to bed. And then in the morning for like, let me back up. About a week before this event, it was the middle of summer. He was standing by our back door and talking through the screen of the door. And I said, "What are you doing?" Because he was talking to nothing. And it was kind of wild because, like, there was just this kind of energy going on. And I was like, I have to find out what this child is doing, who he's talking to. I mean, he was like 2 or 3, so it was like half sentences and like made up words and all that. And I said, "Who are you talking to?" He said, "The lady." And I said, "What lady?" He said, "The pretty lady. She wants to come in." And I was like, "Yeah, no one's welcome in the house. Please stay away, just in case. You got to hedge all your bets." And the kid was like, "I already told her she could come in." Okay. Well, now we need like an exorcism or something. That's fabulous. Excuse me, I'm moving around in my chair. And then the next day, 2 days, 3 days, somewhere in there, this is a long time ago, he woke up in the morning and I said, "How was your sleeps?" And he said, "Well, the lady tucked me in and sang me a song after you left." And he proceeded to talk about the lady for an entire summer. And I decided, based on, there was nothing bad was happening, there was no malevolence or horribleness. He just had like a guardian angel, and it was like before my aunt passed. So it wasn't even like you could pinpoint who it was. It just felt safe. So yeah, he had like his own person that like read to him and sang to him, and Kind of creeped us out a little bit, but honestly, it was fine. I don't know if I've had people tell me he developed an imaginary friend, but we didn't really see any of that because he never had a name for imaginary friends. Usually do bad stuff, and the kid blames the stuff on the imaginary friend. We had none of that. The pretty lady just read to him all the time. Kind of creepy, but again, didn't seem malevolent, so we let it go. So Ever, I hope that's what you were looking for. That's my story.
Okay. Do you go to cemeteries at night?
Like, as a habitual practice? No. When I was in high school, I lived in a very, very, very tiny town. You've been through it. The 3 houses, a church, and a fire department. And the cemetery. And we had graves dating back from like the 1700s. And I'm sorry, I'm not coloring. Let me ask this real quick. What is this? Is that more hair? What do you think?
Looks like it to me.
Then it's hair. That's good enough. David says it's hair. We got hair. Let's color it. Okay, so...
I mean, unless she's got like a live bat pinned to the side of her head.
I mean, it's a spoopy page. She could, technically. I'm not dealing with it anymore now. It's purple.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so yeah, we had a cemetery by my house. And I had graves dating back to like the 1700s and stuff. Hold on one second. Sorry. And at night, it's halfway between my small town and a friend of mine in high school's small town. So we would meet in the middle. In the middle was just the cemetery, and we would just kind of hang out and sit there all night, talking and chatting. It was fun. I don't know. It was very peaceful there. And maybe because that's all we had, it didn't bother us, but we were fine there. So I never felt anything bad.
Second part of that question is, if so, have you seen things?
Oh, I thought anything bad. No, I haven't seen anything there.
You have. You just said you met people there.
My friends, not people.
Still saw stuff in a cemetery.
All right, smartass. What's next?
All right, last one. Have you ever experimented with an EMF recorder?
No. I honestly, only because I haven't known anybody who had one. And if I did, I probably would, because I'm into it. As I tell you, I don't like spooky movies and spooky things, but I don't think ghosts and stuff like that are inherently bad. So, yeah, if somebody had one and I had the opportunity to, I think I would.
Well, there you go.
Is that the end?
That's it. That was the last question.
All right, y'all. So I'm just going to fill space then and finish up this part, and you can at least see the undercoat on this picture. And again, we're still watching. I don't know how good you can see this, but this marker is really just... It's given up its last for us. It was a brave marker. It worked really hard. So I have to tag people, so I'll do that while I try to get every last little piece out of this marker. If you could see the tip is like white now. So I'm going to tag my friend Sarah from Louise Coloring 41. Dying to hear what she has to say about this. Oh, that sounded kind of like a pun, but it's not. I'm also going to tag, and I'm so sorry, please don't be mad at me. I'm going to tag Johanna from Jojo Sahana because she doesn't like scary things. And she did the coloring scare tag, and I had a really good time listening to her make me laugh. She just made me laugh the entire time, so you're tagged. And I'm going to tag Neko Simi Coloring because I would like to hear their answers as well. I'm going to put them all in the description, and I'll be reaching out to the 3 of you tonight since I just did this kind of at the last minute. No one is obligated to do the tag. I don't expect anybody to follow through, but if you do, you know why I want to hear your answers. So, do it. That was the ghosts, not me. So, anyway, thanks.
Do it.
Thank you. It's better when somebody else does it. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight while I answered these questions, and I'll see you next time. Bye.